And I haven't given up on love, and I never will. And I feel like just by showing up, it shows that I still want it and I still deserve it. Yeah. Regardless of if I'm 39 or it's my 500th try at this. Regardless of if I'm 39. Regardless of if I'm 39. Regardless of if I'm 39.
Welcome to Simpville, and today we are going to talk about 5 bad lessons that men learn from The Bachelorette, and more specifically, 5 bad lessons that Betamon or blue-pilled men learn about this. If you know how to look at this from a red pill lens, it's actually a great teaching tool, but for any guy growing up that's not red-pilled yet, this is like indoctrination central on bad habits to learn about women. And to start off, just in case anyone's not familiar, The Bachelorette takes place with 31 men are all competing after one woman. All right, 31 men are competing after one woman. So the goal of today is that you don't fall for the Betamon programming. And the Betamon programming, I mean, is like the blue pill programming that we see in Disney movies. We see it on mainstream all the time. We see it on The Bachelorette. So this show creates entitled women and total simps in society. Because think about this. There are 31 men of different ages, and I actually wrote down their ages from 26 years old all the way up to 40 years old and everything in between. Different ages of men, all different careers. We had some guy that, graduated from Harvard and then he's a financial, wealth manager or whatnot. We had a lawyer. We have all these guys of different experience levels, different age groups. Yet, think about the programming it's sending. 31 men of all different ages, of all different skill sets and backgrounds are all competing for just the chance of getting to marry this 39-year-old hairdresser. That is the type of programming that now, right, all the women that watch this, they just keep buying into the same old game. Oh, that's right, I'm 39 years old. I deserve the 26-year-old lawyer stud. I deserve the 30-year-old fitness instructor to come sweep me off my feet. The 39-year-old hairdresser, right? This is the type of programming that goes into female minds, and then any men that watch this, they get programmed in the opposite way. They get programmed to start worshiping women all the time of all different ages. So The Bachelorette, who is she? So this is a little headline. Past Bachelorettes love her for her honesty. Other bachelorettes still refer to her dismissal of, I'm going to say Juan Pablo. This isn't, I'll explain this all. Is incredibly empowering. She was my hero when she stood up to Juan Pablo. Caitlin Bristow, bachelorette from the 2015 season, said of that finale during a recent TV special highlighting Juan Pablo's season. Again, this might not make sense yet. Don't worry. I understand that. I'm going to get to that.
Hey, what do you know about this? I'm Clare.
She reminds me of an edgy Disney princess, Bristow added, noting Crawley. So this girl's name is Clare Crawley. Crowley's firm yet hopeful nature. If she doesn't find someone, I'll be her girlfriend because I have a girl crush on her. Deanna Pappas, star of the 2008 season of The Bachelorette, told Harrison she was screaming for joy when Clare was announced to be the Bachelorette, adding that she is going to know exactly what she wants. All right, the reason I gave you guys this little background information here is because, again, last night when I first saw this, the reason I decided to do a live stream was I realized this girl, this Bachelorette, this 39-year-old, the last season that I remember watching was The Bachelor in 2014 with some girl. And the finale contestant on that didn't win was this Clare girl. So it brought me back because this was the last time I watched The Bachelor, was this girl was in it.
Hey, what do you know I'm Claire.
And we're going to get to all of it, guys. Okay, so bad lesson number 1 that men learn from watching The Bachelorette is that her age does not matter. Society is quick to tell us guys how lucky we are to have a woman at any age, without warning you of the consequences that come with that. We talk about this all the time with the whole wall thing and men hitting their peak later in life, women declining later in life. But the reason I specifically brought this up, this rule I probably would have used on normal Bachelorette seasons on a bad lesson is thinking her past doesn't matter. But in this scenario, I want to bring a point on her age, them trying to make you think her age does not matter, because think about this. All right, back in 2014, when I watched her on The Bachelor, she at the time was the oldest woman on The Bachelor. She was 32 years old back then. At that time, right? Just think about what this is saying about how society is, even in the last 7 years, what it's come to. Back then, she was the oldest bachelor or woman on Bachelor at 32 years old. Fast forward to now, she becomes the Bachelorette at 39 years old. Do you guys see what they're trying to do? One, obviously, the main audience of this show, The Bachelorette, is going to be middle-aged women. But do you notice how it went from the oldest woman in history was 32 back in 2014, and now the actual star of the show is 39? They are trying to make this the norm, right? Because just think about this, guys. It's telling you, it's just a little ripple of what we've already been seeing. The whole, red pill, MGTOW, men waking up to this, understanding this more, middle-aged women are single than ever before. So even this show is now trying to change the societal norms to, hey, she's 39, a hairdresser. She gets her pick of any man in the world that fly out from all around just to see her. And that can be you too, ladies. You 39-year-old ladies sitting at home with your cats watching The Bachelorette right now. That can be you. So it's just that programming that, we see this because we talk about this all the time. But think about the normal, the blue-pilled guy, or even the blue-pilled woman that just watches it and it just soaks in. So now, I'm going to show you a little start here of bad lesson 1. The Bachelorette for this year.
If he were here, what do you think your dad would say to you? What would his advice be as you were about to walk out and meet these guys?
Sorry. My dad would say, I'm proud of you for just showing up. That's the biggest part of it. To never give up, to show up. And just by doing that, you win. And I've done that every single time. I try my best.
Okay, so just to start, first, we see that her whole goal is like, she deserves love if she just shows up. Just show up. That's all you got to do. You deserve it. You deserve love. You deserve Prince Charming just for showing up. But secondly, I was about 25 minutes into this show last night when I started to make a little note down here on how many times Clare was crying, tearing up, crying during the first episode. The stable 39-year-old woman. This is my tally, and I didn't even go back and double check. I'm sure I missed once, a couple, or one or two. Clare cried 7 times in the opening episode. 7 times. This is your Bachelorette. In the opening episode.
And I'm here. And I haven't given up on love, and I never will. And I feel like just by showing up, it shows shows that I still want it and I still deserve it.
Yeah.
Regardless of if I'm 39 or it's my 500th try at this. Regardless of if I'm 39. Regardless of if I'm 39. Regardless of if I'm 39.
No way.
I show up. And that's what it takes a lot of the time. No matter what the circumstances, you show up.
Last question.
Yeah.
It's very important. How does all this end for you? In a perfect world?
To walk off into the sunset with the man of my dreams. Regardless of if I'm 39.
So, a man down on one knee proposing marriage.
Absolutely. Regardless of if I'm 39. Absolutely. This is something that I've been wanting for a long time. I want to get married and engaged to the right man. Regardless of if I'm 39. And this is where I expect that to happen. Regardless of if I'm 39.
Well, it's not going to happen sitting here with me. Let's go meet the guys.
Oh boy, this is too good, guys. If you guys couldn't tell, the Bachelorette was not cutting in her age multiple times. I will admit it, I might have done a little bit of editing there to drive the point home. But as you guys can see, this is why it's funny to me, is because last night, this is me, I was laying back watching this and I got hooked, right? I had no intention of doing this live stream, and then a part would come like that and I like pull up my phone, I was like, you guys, you got to see this. And then it ended up becoming a live stream or whatnot, but oh man, all right. So, along with that lesson of number one, right? The bad lesson that guys are learning from this. So think about this. If her age does not matter, think about this in the actual episode. Not all of the guys, but most of the guys, or at least they were all seemingly open to it. But a lot of guys led with talking about how excited they were they're ready for kids. They're ready for the family. Okay, so if you want kids, and I'm talking to the bachelors or the guys that went on the show, right? If you want kids, think about it. She's 39 right now as it's filming, as this game is starting. Even if you were to sneak off in the bushes and stick one in the oven, on episode 2, it's still risky at 39 years old. But all of these guys are competing this is the first time they're going to meet her at 39, and these guys are talking about having a family and all that stuff. It's like, just imagine, first off, they're going to be racing for the baby, right? They're not going to have much of a honeymoon period if they got together. She's going to be ready for that baby. She's ready. Put one in my oven. And then, as most guys know that have had children, once your wife or girlfriend or whatever has a child, there is a big shift of where her energy goes to her child, and then you become the third wheel in that relationship. Almost every guy I've ever talked to has said, yes, of course, that's part of the thing. All right, you automatically shift to your third wheel now in that relationship. Her child, now your third wheel. So this is part of why men need to learn this now, is don't get sucked into that Betamon programming and think her age does matter. Especially if you're looking for something like children. And then we also know that she looks good for 39 years old. I will give her props. But we know that it's like a running back in the NFL. All right? And a running back in the NFL can be good at 30 years old, but you just are counting down the days before they're going to become irrelevant. They've hit their wall. Like running backs, usually it's around 30 years old and then they start to decline. That's the same type of idea with women. We always talk about that part, but again, a lot of guys still don't know this stuff. And then they watch a show like this and now they're all like pumped up to do whatever they can for the 39-year-old hairdresser. And then here's another thing about this, especially in today's world. This wasn't always true, but in today's world, it's very much true. Age brings experience. Experience brings notch counts, body counts. Notch counts bring baggage, and baggage brings drama. Let me see. Do I have one more slide of this one? Okay, yes, I do. Okay, so with this, Think about this, guys. The reason why I started this off with letting you guys know that she started her Bachelor career in 2014. She was the runner-up. So already, she, at 32, already after having a bunch of her fun, she was on The Bachelor. Then she got runner-up.
Hey, what do you know about this? I'm Claire.
You know that that's part of that alpha widow syndrome. Another girl was chosen over her. She couldn't get Juan Pablo. She couldn't get the guy, right? That's going to be part of that alpha widow baggage there. What we're going to find out, in fact, maybe it'll be on this next slide here, is some other experience that she's had, some other baggage that comes along with this age when women are out there on that CC.
One, two, three. Snack time! Nom, nom, nom.
Which most modern women are. Okay? Well, most bachelorettes are plucked straight from the recent season of The Bachelor. Crawley, a 39-year-old hairstylist from Sacramento, has had a more circuitous route, tongue twister, to the spotlight. She debuted on Juan Pablo's season 6 years ago when she was the runner-up and is known for telling him off in the finale. She has been on seasons 1 and 2 of Bachelor in Paradise and was briefly engaged to a man she met on the 2018 season of Bachelor Winter Games. Okay, let me break this down for you guys. Season 1 and 2, Bachelor in Paradise is basically like hookup central. It's like the CC in Paradise. People from past shows all come up and they're supposed to find love, and they're just hooking up with each other all over the place. All these people from the shows, men and the women. She was on 2 seasons of that. Baggage. And then fast forward, she was even briefly engaged to a man that she met on the 2018 season of Bachelor Winter Games. Gonna be baggage there as well. Engaged to a guy that she just met on a game show. This is the crop they put out, is the Bachelorette. Come on. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.